Hello everybody, it's Lisa, esthetician and Seint artist affiliate. Today I'm going to talk to you specifically about the holiday 2025 Seint travel brush set, and I'm going to do my makeup with it and show you what this is all about. I featured this in my new releases video that is up on my page. I'll link it down below as well so you could check it out, because I feature all of the products from the Seint holiday 2025 new releases that came out. This is my favorite launch that they've had. And the travel brush set, I ended up picking this up, and there have been mixed reviews with the Seint artist affiliates, but I have to say that it took me half the time to do my makeup with this kabuki brush. The other brushes are okay. I'll go through them, but I'm just going to jump right into doing my makeup with the kabuki brush here. And that is going to be my base makeup with my highlight and my contour, of course. And these are the new palette designs for the holiday 2025. This is the palette 18. I absolutely love this. And this is my full makeup. And then on the bottom, I have eyeshadows. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get into my balm. And this is the Seint balm that just clips right into your palette. For those of you that are new here, this is an all-in-one makeup compact system, so everything is all in one area, and it just makes everything so easy and convenient. So this is what I usually just put a little bit of balm for sure under my eyes, because I'm 50 years old, my eyes are maturing, and things are starting to get dry. You could even put this balm in other areas where you tend to get dry, and for me it's usually around here. I have this lovely little pimple, hormonal breakout that just came out, which is just fantastic, but the cream makeup does a really good job in keeping everything covered. So I really like the way the brush also fits into the tin, so it doesn't make like a huge mess. It's not too big, and you can see I only have a little bit of makeup on the brush, because you only want to tap into these creams. They last a long time, and they're very, very pigmented. So just to show you, you see how much surface area I already just did. This is usually what I do, because I usually wear this cream makeup as a light layer. Light coverage is what I like. But you could go full on. You could do this a little bit more of a full coverage makeup. But for me, this is all I usually need. And that's what I do. And that's like just my base makeup. I'll go back to this too, because usually it's like if I keep rubbing, I'm going to have to do that at the end, so it'll stay. But for the under eyes, some people have found this a little bit awkward, because they're like, how do I get this under here? You can use just the corner like this. So that's how I'm going to do my under eye. And I don't really need that much anyway. And I use my same shade. You can see it right on here. There, that's it. And it feels really good, because it's very, very soft and smooth. These bristles are really, really nice feeling. And then I usually put a little bit on my eyelids. And that's it. So that is my base makeup. Now, you see a lot of people doing their Seint makeup, and they do the one layer technique where they only put, like, the contour. For me, since I'm putting it on so lightly, it's just easy for me to just go over everything and just put everything on in one very light coverage layer. And I don't have too much redness. Everybody's different. So that's another thing. I have all of my information down below. There's, you'll find my link tree there, and it'll take you to a link to my color match form. And if you want to get started on this Seint makeup system, I will pick your shades for you and just fill out the questionnaire. And all I need from you is a makeup-free selfie facing natural light, just an open window with natural light on your skin, and I'll be able to match you to your shades. But anyway, when you look around on the internet and everybody's putting on their makeup, there's no wrong or right way to do this. You do it however you want to do it, whatever coverage you want, which is what's really nice about this. So for my contour, I use the side of the brush, again with the same kabuki. And I hope the lighting is not too weird, just because of the, it's getting so dark now because of daylight savings time, and it's in the afternoon, and it's already like pretty dark. So I have my my lights on, and I'm hoping that everything comes up true to color. So this color right here that I'm using is Stone, and it is a little bit warmer contour. Usually contour is a little bit more on the gray side to give you the shadow, you know, the shadowing that you have, like to hug your cheekbones. But sometimes I like this Stone because it's almost like a bronzer. So it kind of looks like a bronzer when I don't want to wear a separate bronzer. And that's it. So that's my base makeup that I just did. That's it. Totally finished. And then the other brushes in here. So this is the main kabuki brush. So for my opinion, I feel like the whole kit is worth it just for this guy. And this is going to retail for $25. It's kind of hard to see because it's black on black, but I'll show you each of the individual brushes. And the case, some people were saying, even when it was presented to us, the case is not necessarily like the highest quality. You know, it's okay. And you could hear the brushes moving in here, but really the thing that I'm most excited about is this big kabuki brush itself. And then these adjunct brushes in here, these could be eyeshadow brushes, or you could even use it with the cream for brightening or whatever. Sometimes I like to use my contour as eyeshadow too, so I will use that as well. And these will come in handy for that. And then there's the teeniest, tiniest. I mean, I think this is cute. Some people were like, what is that? What am I going to do with this? It's a little tiny spoolie. I use spoolies all the time. Mostly, not even for my eyebrows. Most people use it for their eyebrows, but you could get in there, and it's nice to have this for travel. But I like to separate my lashes sometimes if I get a little bit too clumpy with mascara. So this will be handy for me to have in there. But with these guys, you can do a little bit more brightening or pinpoint highlighting. Now, I don't get too crazy like a lot of people see, like right here. Like if I really want to get, because I do have darkness on the inside, so that took care of that. And here too, so there was still some on the brush here. So personally, I actually think this kit is worth it. And another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on my blush, and I'm going to be using Nude. One of my favorites. It's the best seller for a reason, and I love the tone of it. Sometimes this acts as my blush and kind of a bronzer look because it's a little bit more on the mauve-y side. So I could do everything with this one little kabuki, and it just does the coverage so quickly. So I don't have to get like too crazy with the blending. Can you see how flawless that looks? And you barely have to get too crazy there. And then I use Illuminator, which we have the cream Illuminators, and this is Angel. And I'm just going to go straight in there because for me, you can't have too much Illuminator. And these are very, very subtle. It just gives you a nice glow, and I'm hoping that the lighting is picking it up so you can see. There, you see a little bit of glow, and it just looks like supple, flawless skin, which is why I like this makeup so much. Now for this guy, I'm going to go into one of these smaller brushes and use that to do like a concentrated coverage. So here's my main shade. And this cream makeup doesn't look cakey, and it doesn't look powdery or cracky at all, and it does stay. You can use a little bit of powder, which I do have in my second tier here. This is setting powder that also comes from Seint, so I'll wipe off my brush from any excess cream makeup that is there, and I'll just do one little tap, and that'll set that. So that little redness and bump is gone, because again, this cream makeup is very, very pigmented. And since it's a cream, it's also good for your skin. The ingredients in it, petrolatum, and also there's beeswax, which is great skin ingredient, skin conditioner, and an occlusive barrier to keep your skin barrier intact, which me personally, I'm an esthetician, like I said, so that's really important to me. And then you could just do like a little bit more tapping to get that in, but that's it. I'm done with my base makeup, and that did not take me long at all. Now this here is everything stays in the case. What I do like about this, because I am a stickler, little errant terrier. I'm a stickler for keeping my brushes clean, and I do like how this is just very compact. I mean, to me, it's compact. Some people would think this is a bit bulky, but I can make it work. It'll fit in my bag. It'll fit in my purse, especially if I'm traveling. It'll be like in my backpack, carry-on. And it has a very large mirror, which is really nice. And it's actually really clear. So you could use this just as your sole mirror if you have like good lighting behind you. And I think this is a great kit for the price. And like I said, to me, this brush by itself is worth it. So that is my review and my demo of putting on my makeup with the travel brush set. This is going to launch for customers November 18th. So pretty soon you will be able to shop for the holiday releases. Check out my other videos. Like I said, I will link them down below. I am going to do a couple more featuring a couple more items that are going to be launching on November 18th. And they're going to be targeted videos. I'm doing an eyeshadow look. There's an advent calendar. So pretty. So for those of you that are new here, nice to meet you. All of my information is down below to get in contact with me. And for everybody else, my current subscribers, thank you so much for joining me again and watching. And I will see you guys soon.